Thank you for that. My name is CJ Peterson. Many of you know me. I have a couple clients out here that from my art gallery, my bookstore. But the reason I'm here is because my main business is a company called Nature's Fusions. We are a full-service manufacturer that makes cosmetics, supplements, over-the-counter drugs, and essential oils. And we own multiple brands in the consumer products space. Our motto as a company is live better longer. We want people to be healthy. We have a bunch of products that are going through patent processes. We've got clinical trials with our products. We've got some really, really amazing anti-aging products that our company is selling. Let me give you a brief history of who we are. This is really blurry. We're a family-owned company, had a little bit of an unconventional start. In 2009, my sister was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and my parents spent all their money buying MLM products. So there's a bunch of you in here that are part of that world, as are we. And there's some really, really great products out there. Part of the problem with a lot of those sales models is that they require really high markups. They require really expensive products when you can often get them a lot cheaper. So we developed ways to make essential oils to offer those to consumers in much cheaper, less expensive ways. We also did a lot of educational training. And one thing we very quickly learned is that the training that we developed, the products we developed, regardless of how good they were, how well priced they were, it was really, really hard to get them in front of consumers. It was really easy to give them away to family and friends, but it's really hard to get to anybody that could make a difference. You walk into Whole Foods and you can't get a meeting with anybody. You walk into Target and nobody at Target has the authority to even give you the name of a buyer. You do all this work on the ground and you very quickly learn that there is this chain of command you have to go through. There are all these gatekeepers you have to get through. Many retailers have brokers that you're required to work through. And a lot of those brokers and gatekeepers, every single one of them wants a piece of the pie. They want, a little bit of that money. They want a little bit of things. As we developed our company and our brands, we went really, really slow. It was three brothers living. At one point, we actually lived in a storage unit across from Smith's in Orem because we couldn't afford rent. It's not legal. I don't recommend it. It was cold. There was no lights, but it worked. We got a lucky break, though. The owner of Good Earth, his name is Todd. He took a chance on us, and he said, we'll take your essential oils into our grocery store. We'll try them out. Our first orders were like black and white printed labels that we had taped on the bottles with Scotch tape. And he told us, he's like, guys, this is not good. This is not going to sell well. So we eventually got better. We got better. Our products got better. We started launching anti-aging products. We started launching supplements. And we dove into the science. We dove into longevity. We really dove into things that made customers want our products because they truly worked. We didn't care about what the price point was, whether it was cheap or expensive. We just wanted products that worked. And again, we kept running into these barriers. How do you get that information to a consumer? How do you compete against a Procter & Gamble? How do you compete against a doTERRA that has $1 billion in marketing that they can spend? We built a huge anti-aging line. Congratulations to us, by the way, my team. We just learned last week that all these products are launching into CVS this summer. So that's huge news for us. Been working on that for years. So come 2 months from now, these will all be on the shelf. We're super excited. Our essential oil lines are there. So again, the pains that we run into as a brand are pains that all of you, if you're involved in the CPG space, if you ever have been in the CPG space, you run into these same pain products. Last year in 2022, we spent over $250,000 as a company. We're a relatively small brand. We're family owned. We spent over $250,000 at ECRMs, going to expos, going to conferences, sending people all around the world with one goal. And that one goal was to get our products in front of a buyer at a retail store. And it's so hard. You spend so much money, you spend so much energy and time. You sit there and practice in front of a mirror so that you can make the right pitch when you have that 30-second opportunity. Sometimes you spend $10,000 to get a 3-minute meeting with a buyer, and you don't even know if that's the right buyer. One of the other things we do is we just spent about $50,000 getting a manufacturing audit through NSF to certify our facility so that we could qualify to sell products into stores. But I can't share that data with a buyer in a way that makes any sense to them. A buyer doesn't know that I just spent $50,000 in 6 weeks and 10 of my team members worked their butts off to get this audit done so we could do this. It's really, really hard to show that. And lastly, when we did CVS just now, we spent 127 hours of employee time to upload the documents for one product. 127 man-hours. And this is not like an entry-level person. This is someone that's really know what to do. You have documents, you've got data, you got science, you got shipping manifest. There's so much information that goes into connecting your brand to a store. Once you get to that point, once you're in front of a buyer, once the buyer wants your product, to actually get on the shelf is a whole nother marathon you have to run. So these are the products and the pain things that we run through all the time. I have tons and tons of science behind the products. We've got an amazing research and development team that develops absolutely stunning and amazing products. But this information is so hard to get in front of a buyer. It's so hard for a buyer to understand because they look at 1,000 products every single week. One of the reasons what Volcanic is so cool, one of the reasons that interested us so much in Volcanic when we were first pitched on the idea, we're the very first investors in Volcanic. Jeremy came to my family as a brand and pitched us on the idea of Volcanic on day one. It was just an idea. This is years ago. And he said, CJ, have this vision. Imagine Amazon, and imagine the best products on Amazon. Why do they sell well? Well, it's because as you scroll through Amazon, they're highlighted correctly, they're easy to see, they're easily searchable. You can see what's going to get to your front door tomorrow, what's going to ship on time, what has good reviews, what doesn't have good reviews. And as you scroll through the products, you get what's called A-plus content. A-plus content is content that is organized and designed in a way that is so easy to understand that someone with no knowledge of the product can understand it quickly. You've got infographics, you've got videos, you've got all these things that are designed for a consumer to buy a product through Amazon. Nobody had ever tried that from a buyer perspective. When a buyer at Target is wanting to buy a new pair of shoes for their line, they don't want to have to go through the 375 shoe brands out there. They want to be able to sort the brands, get the reviews, see what's going to sell, see what's not going to sell, see who's going to ship on time. They want to know who has the certifications, who uses organic leather, who uses American-made products, 100% American versus partially American. They want to know all that. Part of the things, I can't convert this data, tons and tons of data. I can't convert this data easily. So that's why Volcanic is a great solution. One of the things that made us so intrigued about Volcanic is a few things. That data is one part of the process one of the things that Volcanic is building right now is that 127 hours of time that one of my employees spent putting in documents for CVS. Now, the crazy thing about that is that that same product gets accepted to go into the vitamin shop next week or into GNC or into Target. I have to start that process over. I got to spend another 127 hours for Vitamin Shop and another 127 hours for GNC because every single company uses a different set of documents. There's no standard. And if there was a standard, the companies wouldn't use it. They all want their own proprietary systems because they're too big to change. It's too expensive to start over again. Something that Volcanic is building right now is the ability to upload all your documents to Volcanic and become Target compatible. And once everything is uploaded, you'll be able to export all that data in a Target-compatible format. Click another button, export it all to a GNC-compatible format. Click it again, Bass Pro Shops. Click it again, Galleons. Click it again, Walmart. You've just saved yourself 500 hours of employee time for one product just by creating that document system. That's what intrigued us so much about the Volcanic platform, beyond the A-plus content, beyond the ability to do all these things, and then also being able to level up above your competition with your certifications, with the things that are there. I think the Volcanic is an amazing opportunity, and it's the reason that we, as Peterson VC, my family, we're very careful about our family funds. We did not grow up with very much, and so when we invest our money, we're very careful with it. When Jimmy pitched us the idea for Volcanic, it was in April of 2020. Long time ago. The world had just crashed. We had just come back from Japan the day that Kobe died. The world shut down 2 days later. And Jeremy said, the world is shutting down. We have this idea. And it didn't take us long. Within a few months, we've written a check for $300,000. And that same year, we wrote another one for $400,000 more because we believe that this has the ability to change the game for consumer products.